Man, some of these GMs have a lot of explaining to do to their fan bases. I'm going to tell you who fumbled free agency and who's flying high. The first fumble's got to go to John Schneider and the Seahawks. I like that they re-signed Rashid Shaheed, but that's about it. Losing Boy Mafe and Kobe Bryant isn't ideal. This will still be a really good defense, but it's not going to be the historic unit that led them to the Super Bowl last year. They also lost Kenneth Walker, which hurts extra because Zach Charbonnet is going to miss a lot of time, and they have literally nothing else behind him at running back. Maybe John is just waiting around to sign more guys later in free agency so that he doesn't affect their compensatory pick formula, but right now they've lost a lot of ground to the Rams, Niners, and the rest of the NFC. On the contrary, I really like what the Broncos did. They retained pretty much everyone. They were completely silent through almost all of free agency until out of nowhere they traded for Jalen Waddle. The draft compensation is a bit steep, but he is on a pretty reasonable contract, and I think he can catapult this offense into a whole new dimension. This team had no holes to fill, so they bided their time until they had a chance at a real difference-making move. Props to Peyton and Peyton. The next and probably biggest fumble goes to Chris Ballard for the hole that he dug this Colts franchise into. I don't like anything that they did. The Alex Pierce contract was an overpay. They got no value out of the Michael Pittman trade, and they handed $88 million to a quarterback coming off an Achilles injury. I like Daniel Jones, but his sample size of above average play in Indianapolis is small, and it mostly came against bad teams. They've also got a gaping hole at right tackle now with Braden Smith leaving. That run at the beginning of the season last year felt like mostly luck, and now this team is significantly worse. Speaking of rosters getting worse, I have no idea what Brad Holmes is thinking. They released Taylor Decker, and now they seem to have no plan at left tackle. Malcolm Rodriguez is a big downgrade from Alex Anzalone. The edge rotation is worse. Pacheco is fine, but also a downgrade from David Montgomery, and Khalif Raymond is gone too. I still don't really trust their corners, and we don't know if or when we're going to see Kirby Joseph or Brian Branch next year. They had plenty of ways that they could clear cap space and fill these holes, and they didn't. This roster is significantly worse than last year. Our next winner is John Spytek and the Raiders. Usually when teams spend this much in free agency, it doesn't go well, but I think the Raiders are doing it right. True difference makers aren't available in free agency very often, but I think the Raiders got 3 in Tyler Linderbaum and reuniting the former Georgia linebacker duo of Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean. And the best part is they are all 27 or younger. They probably overpaid for Linderbaum, but I like any move that's going to help your young rookie quarterback thrive, which is why I also like the Jalen Nailor signing. I do wish that maybe they would have done a little bit more on the offensive line, but overall, good job. I also thought Dan Morgan and the Panthers low-key did a pretty nice job for the same reasons. At first, I thought the Jalen Phillips signing was an overpay, but I've come around on it. His pressure rate is phenomenal, even if the sacks haven't quite been there historically. He's a difference maker. They also got another difference maker in Devin Lloyd, who could be the best linebacker in the league right now. They navigated their offensive line situation pretty well too. Rasheed Walker is about